Hello, everyone. This is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here, aka Auntie Peaches from the Aunties Radio Show, also on The Voice of Reason. I'm here to say that ever since my man started taking A game, he's been on top of his A game. What? When I say A game, I mean his A game. He's more focused. He's definitely working out more. His attitude is better. And he's not complaining of all over body aches due to poor blood circulation, because A-Game provides great blood circulation, if you know what I mean, ladies. That blood circulation. Sometimes I have to hide the A-Game in the bushes when I'm out walking the dog just because I want some sleep. If you know what I mean, ladies. Stay on top of your A-Game, fellas. Get your A-Game.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, Femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, what are we talking about today? Today, we're talking about she wants a man on her level, right? Now, we've heard this off and on, well, more on than off, in and around the manosphere, other social media spaces, wherever particularly Black women gather, we hear talk and tales of men not being on their level and needing a man to be on their level and not being able to deal with a man who isn't on their level. You know, it's a lot of level talk. It's a lot of talk about what men aren't doing, what men she can't find, you know, and all of these different things, okay? Well, let's go ahead and examine what this even means. And here's the thing. I want to pose a question first. Is the on my level thing just a gaslight for men to give more? And I'm going to let you ponder that question as we discuss this whole on the level thing. Okay. So the first thing about it is any woman that's talking about I need a man on my level is a gynocrat. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. Any woman that's talking about, well, I need a man on my level is automatic gynocrat. Now, Crimson Cure, why do you say she's automatic gynocrat? Because only a gynocrat thinks that a man is below her in the first place, that he has to rise to her level. See, when you say I need somebody to get on my level or I need somebody on my level, that means I automatically think I'm high up. So the man that I get with is going to have to climb and claw his way up to where I am because I'm in such a lofty position above him. So, you know, I'm not going to be messing with these little measly peons down at the bottom. I need a man, because, you know, they do the smack. I need a man that's going to be on my level. Boop. Because you already think you're high. You already think that you're up there. See, it's gynocratic because only a gynocrat assumes that women are inherently above men in the first place. And that somehow, some way, there are men out there in droves and multitudes that have not been able to do things so simple as go to college and get some type of degree, or get out of college and get some type of job where you're pushing pencils or pushing papers or pushing emails and you might make a high 5 figures or something like that. You might even get women who are making a bit of a 6 figures or what have you. And she's running around here acting like it ain't no men that's ever crossed that path or crossed that bridge before. Saying like it's so difficult to find men that are quote unquote making the money that she makes. The first problem is that she's looking in the wrong places mostly. And she's overlooking men who have businesses of their own and men who may be blue collar business owners or blue collar skilled workers. Okay. She's overlooking that because her value system is out of whack. And the value system is out of whack because, see, she's looking at wealth but don't know what wealth is. All right. She's looking for a man that has wealth because she thinks she has wealth. Because she thinks the wealth is tied to her income and it's not. See, just because you make 6 figures does not mean that you have become wealthy. Even if you become a so-called millionaire doesn't mean that you're wealthy if that net worth equation don't work out. And it's a real simple equation. It's just a subtraction equation. Your total assets minus your total liability equals your net worth. That equation that I just named, it was a simple subtraction, has nothing to do with income. But gynocrats don't know that. They think wealth has something to do with your income, and it does not. Because if you have too many liabilities against your income, your net worth is either going to be low or in some cases it might be a negative. Okay? So she thinks that if she makes $175,000 a year, that's actually the money that she has in a year. What she's not counting on is all of the liabilities and the things, the depreciating things that she buys. Because let's face it, gynocrats don't really know a whole lot about wealth unless they study it, unless they go into finances. And then they have to learn what the definition of wealth is and what creates wealth and what takes it away. But that's not everybody. That's kind of few and far in between. So the reason why I'm talking about wealth is because this is what she's basing this on, this level talk from. She's basing it not, she thinks she's basing it on wealth. What she's really basing it on is the income, the net income, not the net worth, right? Which is different, very different. Everybody has some type of net income if you're working. But most people don't know their net worth because they're going to take time to deal with that. All right. So she's already got a misunderstanding because this is the type of chick that thinks that you can work your way in a job to wealth and you can't. That's not how you get wealth. That's not how you become wealthy at all. Has nothing to do with it. Most people, that's when you talk to wealthy people, that's what they'll tell you that. You working any type of 9 to 5 or any type of thing where you have to trade your time for $1, no bueno. No bueno on wealth. Because you run out of time to trade for the money. But I'm not going to go too far down into that rabbit hole. The whole thing that I'm talking about, the reason why I'm even touching wealth in the first place is because a gynocrat that's talking about on my level thinks that she knows something about wealth and she does not. Okay? So the first thing that she thinks is that she's automatically above a man, and somehow a man has not been able to accomplish these simple tasks that she has accomplished, going to school, getting some type of degree, and then entering into some sort of career that makes you a bit of money is not a rare thing. Many people do this. They do this with their eyes closed. This is common. This is not an uncommon thing. But then there are a lot of men who may or may not have gone to school, or they may have began their own businesses and had no need for a 4-year degree, a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate or anything like that in order to be successful in their businesses where they actually may accumulate wealth. See, she overlooks it because she's dealing in a value system that says a job is something to aspire to. She don't know nothing about owning your business, and that's really where money is at. Because you're not necessarily trading your time for $1 like she doing in her highfalutin little career that she thinks she got. That, you know, something like the pandemic hits and all of a sudden she's not an essential worker and she got to go to OnlyFans. Right? We talking about this type of chick. Talking about she need a man on her level. All right? Now, the other part about this that makes that on the level argument a gynocratic one is because she's not looking for equal playing ground. See, when she says on my level, what it really is saying, oh, well, you know, I'm just looking for equality. They'll say it. I'm looking for a partnership, which indicates that they want to be on equal footing. But this is a lie. Gynocrats do not believe that women and men are on equal footing in the first place because they believe that they're on a higher level than men. And they wish to maintain these advantages even in relationships, even in their so-called little marriages that they enter into. Okay? They want 100% of the advantage 100% of the time. That is not an equal playing field. That is a very uneven playing field where they always have the upper hand. So when she talks about, well, I need a man on my level, what she's really looking for is a guy that has to maybe climb, or maybe a guy that she has to help, quote unquote, build him up. She claims she don't want no Build-A-Bear, but she really kind of do, because what that does is that allows her to have a certain amount of control over the relationship. So in her mind, the relationship dynamics, if she does deal with a guy who maybe has to take time while she, you know, hold everything down, she want to be able to hold that over his head for forever, no matter what kind of success he may or may not achieve. And she basically is taking a masculine stance, a part of the dynamic of the relationship. This is what she actually wants. She'll squawk and scream and go on YouTube and go on Instagram and go on Twitter and act like that's not what she wants in a relationship. But she continues to look for relationships that cater to that so that she can enter into that masculine part of the dynamic so that she can dictate and control what's going on with that man. Because she want to be able to control him. She want to be able to watch him. She want to be able to drag his name through the mud. She want to be able to, you know, hold it over his head that he needed her in a certain time period, and she held everything down. I was the one that paid for this and that, and you wouldn't be where you was at if it wasn't for me, and blah, 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 blah. You know, all of that sort of thing. So that's what she really, really wants. Okay? Now, here's the other part of it. No woman wants a man on her level. No woman, whether she's a gynocrat or a feminine woman. And I'm going to explain. In terms of a gynocrat, you know that it's a gaslight talking about, I want a man on my level. You know what shows them up on that lie? Because they be talking about get the bag. They be talking about leveling up. So a hyena is not looking for anybody, on her level. She's looking for somebody above her station. Because she's actually looking for somebody to pull her up. That's the whole premise behind level up. That's the whole premise behind get the bag. She's not trying to get a bag from a man that's got the same amount in his bag that she got in hers. She's looking for a man has exponentially more in his bag than she does. That is not on your level, ma'am. That is looking for a man above your level. So these is lies that they telling. The lies that they tell, you gotta knock it off with the lie. I'm just looking for a man on my level. These lies. You looking for a man above your level. You are looking for a man that has more wealth than you. You're looking for a man that has more status than you. You're looking for a man that has more fame or more, whatever. Whatever it is that you think you deserve, but are too incompetent or just not able to get to that level on your own. You're actually looking for a man that's going to pull you to that level just by simply being with him. That your status is getting raised. This is hypergamy. This is hypergamy that we talking about. Okay? Hyenas operate their hypergamy like that. I need to get the bag, and he ain't got this, and he ain't got me, and blah, 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 blah. All this type of stuff. You want somebody to buy you a real Birkin bag as you run around here with a fake Dooney and Burke, a fake Coach, and a fake Gucci. Girl, knock it off. Okay? You want somebody to pull you up in a Mercedes Benz and you running around here, the best you can do is a Hyundai Elantra, a 2015 Hyundai Elantra. And it ain't nothing wrong with Elantras, but stop capping about it. That's all. Stop trying to act like you better than that car you driving. Because you're not. But you stay looking for a dude that can make you better just by being around him. This is why these hyenas focus so hard on being a bad bee. Because only through being a bad bee do they get to even enter into the arena of a man that might pull them up and they can get the bag out of him. This is what the whole rush is for getting an Instagram body and blah, blah, blah. Most of these chicks don't qualify for that. But here they are anyway, making themselves miserable, trying to live up to a standard that nobody really should be trying to live up to. But that might be a whole different video. Okay? So I want a man on my level is capped because no woman wants a man on their level. Every woman wants a man above her level. Right? So, here's what this is. What we really talking about is female nature, and what we really talking about is hypergamy, right? Because a feminine woman does not want a man on her level. A feminine woman always wants a man above her station. The only difference between a gynocrat and a feminine woman is that a feminine woman is not only looking for a man's money to be above hers, she's actually looking for him to be her better. Because a feminine woman is practicing hypergamy in a more responsible way, in an advantageous way that doesn't hurt anyone. It actually helps everyone. Because what she's trying to do is she's trying to get a man that is better than her in each of these. She's trying to get a man of a higher spiritual station, better health, better family orientation, appearance, dwelling value. She's trying to get a man that has more mobility, more education, more profession, better leisure quality, and more wealth than her. And if this man is actually better than her in those 10 key essential places in life, then he typically will always be better than her in those areas. If he remains her better in those areas, she's able to experience hypergamy all the time with that same man. And thus, that man is not on her level. That man is above her level. But she's not tripping about that. She basically wants that because no woman walking the earth wants a man equal to her. We want men we can look up to. Feminine women want men that we always can look up to because they inspire us. We want to be able to admire him. We want to be able to look at and be inspired by the things that he able to accomplish, the drive that he has, the vision that he has, all of the things that he's doing in his life and with his life, and his willingness and ability to achieve excellence in these areas. So we want men that strive for excellence in those 10 key areas so that we can strive for excellence right behind him. It always keeps us motivated in order to do better and do more and more and more. So no woman wants a man on her level. It's cap. Now, here's my advice on it. Feminine women, stay away from talking like that. Don't talk like that. I want a man on my level. That's gynocrat talk. Leave that to the hyenas to talk like that. Leave that to the gynocrats and the feminists to talk like that. Feminine women don't speak that way. We want men who are our betters, not on our level. Because when we say I want a man that's just going to meet me on my level, that indicates that you believe that you are higher at a higher station in general than men in general, and that they've got to claw and climb and scrape and scuffle to get up to your level because you're so much better than him. And because you're so much better than him, he'll never be your equal. And therefore, you can be little Miss Muffet, sit on your tuffet and figure he's supposed to serve you for the rest of your life. That's gynocrat talk. It is not feminine talk. A feminine woman, as I said, wants a man who is her better in the key areas of life. And when your man is better than you in these key areas of life, it actually makes you strive for that excellence as well. All right. So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Is it cap when a woman says, I want a man on my level? What do you think about when women say that around you or to you? Or are you one of the women who say that? What do you think? Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I am the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.